Okay, I am not your instructor for this course, but I am somebody that's going to show you how to use this interactive video activity that apparently is in your course. I'm using a random course that I know this activity exists in, so yours is going to look different than this most likely, unless you're in this particular course. So pay attention to the directions and information in your activity more so than mine. I'm just going to show you a little bit some how you use the tool and some of the things that you can do with it. All right. So it might be titled something like interactive video. It might not be. It's using a tool called Feedback Fruits. Feedback Fruits can be used for lots of things. So some of this might look familiar, like something else you've seen, a discussion or a peer review or something like that. Some of this is going to be specific to an interactive video. It might be embedded right in your course page. It might be something like this, or it's going to open the link in another tab. Again, just depends how your instructor set it up. So I'm going to open it up and we'll see this. This is a very generic example. You can see we've got instructions. We've got kind of the different main steps of the activity where we've got instructions, the actual watching the video, feedback you'll get from your teacher, received reviews, grading, etc. You can see the first step is colored in red because there's not really an action you need to take. You just need to read the instructions. So that's going to show 100% progress, but do make sure you still read the instructions. And you can see the next step is colored in gray and it shows 0%. Okay. But that should change a little bit once we get some things done here. So I'm going to go ahead and open the video. It's going to open up right there. I just attached a random video I had on file. I'm going to pause it right there and just show you some things you can see on the playing bar. There's a couple of dots and icons here. Each one of these is a different thing that you're being asked of in your activity or assignment. If it's just a dot, it's technically an optional. Well, I shouldn't say it's optional. You don't have to necessarily do it before you move on. You can watch the whole video and come back and answer it. If it's a locked icon, you need to answer that or participate in that before you move on in the video. Okay. I'm not going to necessarily watch the whole video. You know how a video works. I don't need to show you that. But I'm going to go to these questions here. All right. So I'm going to open this up. I'm going to open it up from here. All right. So I can go to each thing. All right. What is best? Correct answer or the wrong answer. So in this activity, I tried to build each type of question or interactivity that could be built into this type of assignment. So obviously, I'm going to just play around with it. All right, if I submit the wrong answer, it's going to show me, oh, I got the wrong answer. All right, no big deal. I'm going to move on to the next type of question. Now, this is referred to as a scratch off question. So, what that means is you can try it, and if you get it wrong, you still have a chance to try again and still get some credit. You won't get full credit, but yeah. So, how should you spend your free time? So, let's see what happens if I try playing video games. It tells me, oh, that's not wrong, or that's that's not right. So let's try again, and I'll do studying for this course, submit that. That is correct. So I'll still get 50% credit for that question. Um, Maybe your instructor is using that type of question, maybe not. The next one here is a poll question. All right. So there's not necessarily a right or wrong answer. It might just be your instructor wants to see your reaction or impression of something in the course so they can understand how people are doing. But all right, what would you like for dinner? I'm gonna say I want pizza. I'm gonna submit. Depending how your instructor set it up, you might see other people's responses right away. It might be locked and it's all anonymous. Um, this student is technically the first person to respond, so it's not going to really show anything else. Okay. And let's go to the next thing here. So this one is, oh, I had to do that one before I moved on. This one is a Open question, what word do you associate with your instructor? Let's say radical. Put some exclamation points in there and move and hit submit. All right, there wasn't a correct answer provided, but if your instructor did put a particular answer in there, you could get that at that point. All right, and lastly, this is another required question, so you can see if I go to this, letting me go to it. Oh, all right, so this is a discussion point, so it might be a prompt, it might be a question. Um, Again, I'm the first student to respond to this, so you're not going to see other people's things. It might be set up to anonymous, but if your instructor set it up so that you see other people's responses, you might see other things already here from other students. All right. What are you excited about in this course? Finishing and graduating. Okay. Um, a really important thing, I should have shown this in the other activities, but that's okay. It's the same sort of thing in there. Next to a lot of these types of responses, you'll see a plus symbol. If I hit that, I get a whole other bunch of options that I can use. All right, so I can record audio, I can record video, I can record my screen, I can attach a file. So pay attention to the directions that your instructor gave you. Maybe you're expected to give a little presentation, so you could record your screen, pull up your PowerPoint or whatever tool you have used and demonstrate that, or pull up the document that you wrote something in, point out something about what you're submitting. But maybe the instructor just wants voice recordings to make it a little bit more spontaneous, or so that you can hear each other's voices. Maybe you're supposed to record video so that you can see each other's faces. Again, it's all up to how your instructor set it up. Or you can do any of those things, record in a completely separate tool outside of Feedback Fruits, and then just attach that part as a file. Okay. But that's kind of it. You'll want to make sure when you're when you've done all of these activities, if you want to go back and double check the instructions or see if there's other steps to do, you're going to want to use this back button right here. All right. And now you'll see that number 2, I've got 100% progress. All right. So I'm done with that step. Now I might get feedback from teacher. I might get feedback that I'm supposed to give other people. You might see your grade here. Okay. Hope that is helpful. If you have problems, reach out to your instructor or hit up somebody in the instructional technologies department, and they should be able to answer your questions. Enjoy.